Hey you, it's Jess here and welcome back to my channel. Today we are planning for June 2nd through the 8th in my Caress Press inserts using a Caress Press kit, lipstick and lattes, and this was the December 24 mystery. It's just a really cute like coffee shop and makeup kit. Yeah, I like the way it came together. And I thought the bright colors for the actual set would look cute in summertime. And summer is really going, so but yeah, we're gonna go straight through June. I know I didn't do a June kits lineup, but I thought let's just get into the Plan With Me's and try to get caught up, and also so you would have more Plan With Me content up instead of me delaying it for a June kits video. So yeah, I just did my usual color blocking as per, and I paired it with a silver foil, and this is a design from Scribble Prints Co. It's like leaves. It's more tropical. I didn't use a lot of it though. I basically just used the bottom washi and the bougie boxes, but we will use some of the little deco bits. They're just little sparkles at the end, just to add a little bit more, but I didn't feel like I needed too much more foil in the end. I don't know. A lot of the times, I don't always use full box overlays, and that's okay. But for this week, I was doing a little bit of reading. I got really into watching some little Simsy, and there's a bunch of game stuff that happened this week as well. And I was also playing The Sims myself. Yeah, I don't know, just some usual things in the beginning of June. And I was doing some work, still working on the hospital shop set, I think. Yeah. I think this was one of the last weeks I needed to work on it, so let me have a look. I think I did release it the next day, maybe the next week. I don't know. I guess not. But anyway, I was still working on a shop set at this time. I apologize if you hear Heidi, but she wants to go outside, but it's too hot to go outside. Now let's finish up with the base and actually get to the day-by-day planning that's not all fast-forwarded. You've seen the base many a time. But yeah, so on the side, I was just reading actually, I finished the book on the Monday, but I didn't read too much of my books afterwards, so I was still reading Alana the First Adventure, which is like, I was talking about in the last Plan With Me, like a childhood favorite book of mine that I was rereading, and then I just have some stuff down the bottom here. So let's just get into Monday and get going. Heidi wants to scratch on the door, on the back door, so yes, apologies again if you hear her doing her stuff, because she is a silly baby. So Monday, oh, why did I grab that's weird. I grabbed the glitter header. Monday we have the usual Coffee Monday, and then I had a vlog go live, and then I also played some Dreamlight Valley. So let's put this in. I'm going to straighten this a little bit. It's a little bit crooked. Yeah, so I was enjoying just playing Dreamlight Valley mindlessly every now and then when I needed a break. So I had that vlog go live. And I thought the colors were bright enough in this set that I could use this Ariel from SPC. I think she still goes with this spread because we kind of have a reddy color here. It's like a bit more brighter coral, but it's still pretty red. So that's the first half of the day done. And then that's a chubby little thing. We also had groceries delivered this day, as well as I did some planning for the week. I was also I started listening to an audiobook, but I think this was the only day that I listened to it. But I have since started back up on the audiobook, so I'm getting there. I just sort of was watching a lot of streams instead of listening to audiobooks while I did things. But the audiobook is Heidi. The audiobook is The Shadow of What Was Lost by James Islington. And this is like a trilogy that my partner Luck has been reading. And I also read James's recent new book, The Will of the Many. So I thought I'd finally get into this trilogy and get it and, you know, read it. So I started reading this day, and then this night I finished the Alana book because, you know, it's not very long, but it was really good. I ended up giving it 5 stars because I still really enjoyed it in my reread. So on Tuesday, I was doing work. Oh, great. While I was writing in silence, Heidi stopped scratching in the back door, and now I've started talking again, and she's scratching. She knows what she's doing. She's an evil little baby. I did some work, and I was binge watching YouTube while doing so. Heidi. Heidi. No, you can't go out. It's too hot. Speaking of which, I'm going to put my desk fan on. So, anyway, yeah, watching YouTube, and then we got, we tried out this new place called Ahan Tam Sang because they have Hainanese chicken rice. Hainanese chicken rice, which is, we love Hainanese chicken rice. It's so good. And they do an okay Hainanese chicken rice. Sometimes the chicken's not very good, but the soup and the rice is perfect. So, you know, you win some, you lose some. Alright, so the rest of the day I played some, I'm going to put this on the bottom here, I read the beginning of the 5th book of the Murderbot Diary series, Network Effect. And I started this day, but then again I stopped reading for a bit after this, but you know how it goes. I also played some Infinity Nikki and The Sims too. So I'm gonna put those in. Alright, I just caved and let her outside, but it's super sunny into the balcony and hot, so great. But it's more important that I get this filmed for you at this point. So Infinity Nikki, The Sims, and then I was reading Network Effect. And that is Tuesday, all finished. So on Wednesday, I didn't have a video go up. This is where I sort of took another break from videos. Let's see how I want to do this. So I'm going to put here Infinity Nikki. And then on the top, I'm going to put that I just was watching YouTube. And I think I'm going to use a chubby little thing here to mark that I did some laundry. And that'll look the most balanced. So YouTube, laundry, and then Infinity Nikki. These stickers were made for me by Planella, but she does offer a lot of other good planner stickers. But I finally got to use this little Momo one because the yellow matched, and I'm so happy about it. And then oh yeah, so this is also, I forgot, this is the week we also, Luke's dad was in Helsinki. So that evening we actually went and just looking at what I wrote here. Yeah, so that evening we actually went to a Belgian restaurant to get dinner. And I'll put some photos up of our dinner on screen now because I don't know, it's fun to share what we had for dinner. But I just had like a fish and chips. I started off with a Belgian waffle, which was actually really good, like a savory one, and then I had fish and chips as my main. And I also had some Belgian cherry beer, which is like my favorite. It's the only beer I drink. So yeah, we had a fun time doing that. And then we walked home from the restaurant. In the end, we walked. We got a taxi to Luke's dad's hotel, which was near where we live. So we walked home from there and we crossed the canal, and there was some baby swans. And I'll put a photo of that up here too. Some baby swans with their swan parents in the canal. It was so cute because everyone was stopping to take photos of them. But yeah, so that was really fun to see the little baby swans. And then Oh yeah, so earlier in the day I'd played some Dreamlight Valley, but then this evening there was Dreamlight Valley news as well, about the new update that was coming. So yeah, so that was a nice night. So I just wanted to put in the baby swans. I just used I couldn't think of what else to use for the baby swans, so I just used the pacifier, the dummy. Alright, so that is the first half of the week. Looking real cute, real summery. So we have Thursday, and I was playing more Dreamlight Valley. You know, I was busy in the first lot of the week. So we have Dreamlight Valley, and then I also played some Infinity Nikki. And then I also did a YouTube binge. And I think I was sort of because I was doing more oh wait, why did I use all the yellow ones? What am I doing? I just continued on with the same color. This is what happens to me in the heat. I don't know. I lose my mind. I'm just gonna put them over here because I'll obviously use them on Sunday. Gosh, anyway. We'll just do the same ones, but in this red. So, Dreamlight Valley, Infinity Nikki. I think because I was having to do a lot of socializing this week, I was sort of a little bit out of it for work and just trying to recover from doing rare socializing. So I thought because we had the red and the orange in this, orangey yellow in this set, I would finally use my little Maymay sticker. Although turning red doesn't really it has some like a house and some items, but she's not a character in Dreamlight Valley. But we got Nikki, and then I was watching more YouTube. So then after that, oh, that's why I wasn't really working a lot, because also Lux's dad was super generous and bought me a new iPad. Because I had been using my iPad basically daily for 5 years. I bought it literally in March of 2020, right before I had to leave Australia back to Finland when, the world shut down. So yeah, my iPad was fairly old. It was actually just about, I think next year it's going to hit vintage range, status in the Apple collection. So it doesn't have an M chip at all in it. So it's 5 years old. I was using it every single day. So Lux's dad was super generous and kind and got me a new iPad Pro and the new pencil as well. I know a new one is coming out at the end of this year, but it's not that much difference, I feel like. But oh my gosh, the new iPad, using Procreate, it's instant. In fact, it took me a while to get used to, going from my canvas to the gallery. I was used to having to wait for the gallery to load, and now it's instant. So I was like, oh wait, what's happening? So I had to adjust my work flow, because I wasn't waiting for the wait times anymore in my old Procreate. So I'm loving the new iPad. And then we had buffalo chicken dip for dinner, and I was watching Little Simsy. But at this time, I was finishing up my shop set on my old iPad, but I wanted to start a custom that I was about to do in the new iPad, so I had a lot of setting up to do. So that was Thursday. Then on Friday, I was doing some more work. Half working, half working on the shop set, half setting up the new iPad. And then I also was watching Nintentalk stream. Love Pat. He's always fun to watch. Nintentalk, and then we also watched Murderbot this day. Should put these in. Just the usual things. And I'll write those in. Alright, and then that evening we went to another restaurant with Lux's dad, and this was, it's called Gaijin, which we went to last time he came, and it's a very fancy Japanese fusion kind of restaurant. That's its name, Gaijin. But we actually got there like super early, so we ended up sitting in the park across the street. Again, I'll put pictures up of the food and the park as well on the screen so you can have a look. But yeah, the park across the street from Gaijin is like the nickname of it that happened in the 70s is Plague Park, because the park actually has gravestones from when a group of people died from the plague and they were like buried there. And there's also memorial and gravestones for various other things, like some Estonian military and some Swedish military. It's a very beautiful park though. I loved sitting there and just enjoying it. And then of course finally it was time for our reservation, so we went to Gaijin. I'm using this noodle bowl, but we didn't actually, one dish had noodles, but we actually did the barbecue, the Korean Japanese barbecue degustation menu, so we were like mostly barbecuing through it, and it was really fun and delicious. And then went home and I watched some Little Simsy in bed. So that was Friday. And then I think yeah, Locke's dad was leaving on the Saturday, I think. So during this week, Locke also went and spent time with their dad, so you know, that was more than this. But they had a medical conference, and then they were doing like their hobbies and things. So Locke's dad was also busy during his trip. What do I put here? So Saturday, again, playing some more Dreamlight Valley. And I also did some laundry, and then also played some Sims. I'll put that down there. Maybe I'll use this chubby. Yeah, that's alright. So I decided to use Mushu, who is in the game, because again we have the red tie-in. Just a little laundry sticker, and then the Sims. It was kind of hard to match some stickers to this spread. Like I just didn't have this red color at all, and this green color was hard to match, but you know, I got through it. I got through picking the stickers. Sometimes they just have to be a little bit off, and that's okay. So then that night I was also playing a bunch of Infinity Nikki. I've run out of the middle size boxes for this, so I'll just try and spread out Infinity Nikki. And then it was the Wholesome Games Direct, so we watched that. And then that evening I was just watching some more Little Simsy in bed on my phone. Oh, I put this the wrong way. That's okay, we can just flip this little thing. It'll be all good. Just had it the wrong direction in my little album here. Alright, Wholesome Games Direct, and then Little Simsy. I think the big surprise from the Wholesome Games Direct, and also the other, on Sunday we also watched the games showcase is what I wrote. Maybe it was a summer games showcase, but anyway, we watched a game showcase, and both showed the game Witchbrook, which I am very excited about playing, but I feel it was like teased, like they showed 3 screenshots of it like 5 years ago, and that's all the news we've ever had about it. So there's actually some people wondering, is this game real in more recent time? But no, we actually got to see a whole trailer of the game Witchbrook, which looks so good. I'm super excited to play that eventually. So yeah, looking forward to that one. But it was fun to finally see it mentioned, you know, shown somewhere. So I think for this one, first of all, we were watching some more Nintendo talk. I think he was reacting to some of the game stuff. Then I might use this one to mark that, and then this. And then I was playing The Sims, and this is the day that my Sims first child, like my legacy challenge, my first child was born, Ewan. So I'm going to mark that in like my little baby sticker. He's not going to be the heir though. His younger sister will be the heir that I play with, but wanted to mark that Ewan was born, and then we also had hot dogs for lunch or dinner, I guess. I guess it'd be funny if years from now I'm looking at these planners, I'm like, Ewan, who's he? Why would I know a baby born? No, I think I will know. It's about The Sims. Alright, so then I was playing Infinity Nikki. I might use another chubby little thing. I have one more to mark games showcase. I wish I had a very last one. I'll just use this fancy label. I have this. And then the remaster for 3 Cheers for Sweet Revenge by My Chemical Romance was released. So you know I was listening to that because I love that album, and the remaster is so good. Like, there's so much more that you can actually hear. I don't know. I like a good remaster of an album. So yes, I just want to mark that I was listening to it that night. But that is the completed spread, or the completed last half of the week. So I'm just going to gather up my things here, so we have space to put it in to the planner. Let me just do this. Alright. I'm going to open her up and have a look all together. It looks so fun. It's so bright. I really like, it's a good start to the summer month, I think, because for like, well, in Australia and I think in Finland too, we consider June 1st as the first, well, not in Australia. The first of a month of the 3 seasons is like is season. So here June 1st would be summer. In Australia it's the first day of winter, but you know. But yeah, I think it looks so cute. I am going to add some of these deco bits just to add a little bit more sparkle throughout, because we do have more blocks of color, flat color here, so I think it would be nice to have some more sparklies next to them. Just add a little bit more foil to the spread. I think it turned out so cute. And it was a nice weekend. It was nice to like get out a few times, walk through Helsinki and around our area and see the baby swans and have some really delicious food. So yeah, that was really good. And obviously see and chat to Luck's dad, which was good too. Catching up on all the info back in Australia. But yeah. Whew, it is warm. Oh, now Heidi is coming in from outside. I guess she's just lying flat on the ground inside the door, so I think she got hot. But yes, apologies for Heidi's noise making at the beginning, just distracting me, but you know, would it be this channel if it didn't have Heidi harassing me at some point? Okay, we're almost done with the deco bits and almost done with this spread. We'll put one on 3 Cheers. Awesome. So that is the finished spread with the deco bits, some sparklies throughout. But yeah, I love the way this came out and a great start to summer. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe. Put down a coffee down below, or lipstick, or because we got lipstick stuff in here, beauty stuff. So lipsticks, coffees, put that down below to let me know that you've watched and enjoyed. But otherwise, I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful week, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. I love you. Bye-bye.